All right, have and have not fans. Well, we are about to enter into the third episode of season 7 entitled Fleeting Moments. And after reading some comments on my episode review, I'm sorry, the third episode, Pray to Me, we just had the episode last week, Fleeting Moments. So I was reading some of the comments on the episode review as well as the trailer breakdown for this week's episode. And I'm seeing a bit of consistency. People who agree with me that the season's off to a slow start. People who are saying, there are mistakes and whatnot that look that just are just inexcusable because the show's been on this long. And one of my favorite comments I've noticed is, I think I saw it to a couple hours ago because it was posted earlier today, and that was about the fact that well, it's common in series like this that by the time you get to like the seventh season and it basically the show loses steam, which I can understand, but at the same time it's like it really is hard to make it through some scenes when you know that there's a lot better that has been done on the show. And the question of this video, and let me just kind of ease your mind, there are no rumors. I've never seen any kind of confirmation of an extended episode of the haves and the have nots. I remember, maybe year before last year, I was seeing a few comments like, man, the haves and the have nots needs to be an everyday soap like All My Children, where I'm like, nah, man. I mean, if we're seeing so many problems with a one day a week format, and we're only getting maybe 20 to 30 episodes per year, imagine how slow the show would be if it moved at a 5 day a week platform. That's like what, give or take 20 episodes a month. Not to mention Tyler Perry has said, in interviews, yeah, I have been watching some interviews from his Fall from Grace promotional tour, if you will, where he's on talk shows, radio stations, and responding to the whole not having a writer's room. And he said that he typically writes the script for his shows each season is written in 2 weeks, which explains a lot. And I'll do another video on that. But basically, I don't think that's a good idea. Now, if it takes him a month to write a season worth of episodes, which seasons are typically 20-25 episodes, so basically within 2 weeks he would write a month's worth of episodes. Not really good. So I think that at the very core, for the haves and the have nots, I think that instead of like an extended episode, maybe for like a grand finale, I don't know when the show's ending. No, I have not heard rumors. As of right now, season 9, which has been confirmed, has not been filmed yet. So we can almost take comfort in the fact that, let's say hypothetically, and remember guys, hypothetically, I'm saying that multiple times, that way people don't get confused. Season 7, which is where we are at now, according to IMDb, is 20 episodes. They did film season 8 last year. Well, let me just say a few months ago. Let's just say that season 8 is also 20 episodes. Now, I don't know how they're going to distribute episodes in 2020. I really don't know. Will they do what they did in 2018, where we got episodes in 3 different chunks of the year? I think we got like 33 episodes in 2018, and 2019 we didn't get as many. We had 9 episodes for season 6, and then we had the back half of season 5, but that was it, aka the 6-month hiatus. Or are we going to go back to the standard formula where this year we'll have episodes from January to March? The show will go on a hiatus until like May, and then it'll be going from like May to late July or early August, and then season 8 will take place in 2021, and then season 9 will air in 2022. I don't know. But to be honest, I will say this much. If season 7 continues on the course that it's going now, then honestly, I don't think it should go beyond a season 9. Hell, like my mom said when I was doing my, I think it was the Catherine video about her survival not making sense. I talked with my mom halfway through recording that, and she was telling me that, to be honest, maybe season 7 should have been a cutoff point if the show's going to, continue the way it's going. But I will say this much: I am glad the Jennifer Salison thing is being brought up. But the question is, number one, will Catherine get pinned for the murder? And number two, what about the other murders that are still ongoing, if you will? When I say ongoing, I mean there's been no follow up or no one arrested. The Quincy Maxwell murder, Oscar being pushed out of the window of the Artesian Hotel. What about Malik? You know, the guy that was sent to scare Hannah to sign the documents to transfer the money over to Candace. Her and RK drove off, burned the van, and I'm guessing that's never going to be brought up again. And Maggie Day's murder. I mean, well, she's already had a memorial and whatnot, so I guess that's just written off. But think of it this way: what's his name? Rodell. I believe it's the name of the thug that has been going back and forth with Veronica. What if the guy that was hired by Veronica to shoot Maggie Day at her house, who ended up dying himself by the police? What if that was arranged by one of the thugs from his crew, and then they know that Veronica was the one that had Maggie killed? I'm just saying that would be interesting. But I think that the best way to close out the series would be to kind of wrap up those storylines. But I'll do another video on that separately. But for now, I don't think that the show needs any kind of extended episodes, because in a 40 to 42 minute time slot, there's a lot of dragging. So I don't think an extended episode would help. That's just my opinion. But I really do think that if the show were to have a conclusive season, then maybe they can have like a 2-hour event where it's like 2 episodes instead of just 1, or maybe a 90-minute episode. I think If Loving You Is Wrong has done that almost every season, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because if you remember, this last season, what was it, season 4, has been the only season I've ever watched week to week, reviewed week to week. So what do you think in the comment section below? And one thing I want to drive home is the fact that answer the question not as a have and have not addict, but answer the question as a have and have not fan who knows the show is flawed, and ask yourself, if the show was extended by 30 minutes, would it actually matter? Or would it be even more dragged out than it already is?